we will begin. Vision boards made easy, 5 tips for turning your vision into reality. Thank you again for everyone out there in the online universe that is out there that decided to join me this evening and thought that it was no crime to spend time with me. Thank you so much, and thank you for staying on through the technical difficulties. So I'm checking, because we're having so many technical difficulties tonight. I cannot get on. Okay. So I hope you can see my screen. I am assuming you can. It looks like you can, so I'm going to continue. Vision boards made easy, the 5 simple steps. Who am I? So if you've never met me before, my name is Shadia Adu. I am an international educator, an empowerment speaker, a life coach for college and career women, and I am also a doctoral student. Maybe that should be the first thing I put up there. I'm a life lover. I love to have fun. I'm an aunt. I'm a world traveler. I'm a teacher. And I'm just a Jersey girl, I guess, a regular Jersey girl, someone who likes to have fun, and I really enjoy life. And one of the things that I love to do is create vision boards. It's one of my things that I like to do. So I wanted to share that today with people. And hopefully you will also be inspired to create a vision board and create a new vision for 2015. And before we begin, I just wanted you to get some of the objectives. Because I'm a teacher, these are not perfect objectives, as a teacher would say, but I wanted you to know what we were going to be talking about this evening, just to give you some ideas of what will be happening during this webinar. So during this training, you will learn, well, I hope you learn, how to create a thematic vision board that produces results, 5 ways to create a vision board using low-cost to no-cost tools, and how to create an action plan that turns your vision into reality, because that's really going to be the key to make this vision happen. Okay, we're good? I'm going to continue. What is a vision board? So before we can start with talking about vision boards made easy, we have to actually analyze what this means. So I could have easily made a definition, but I found this fabulous definition from ChristineCaine.com, and it says, a vision board is a visual representation of all the things that you want to do, be, and have in your life. And I thought that was an amazing definition. All of the things that you want to do, be, and have in your life. And this is a visual representation of those amazing things that you want to have and do and be in your life. So it's so important to know what you want, but it's also equally important to see those things happening, to see that your vision is possible, your vision is valid, and this is something that can actually happen in your life. So vision boards will take it to the next level of taking it out of your mind and give you the visual image on a piece of paper or something tangible that you can see, so it looks real and you believe it. So it's so important to know the definition of that. Okay, so now you know the definition, but why should you create a vision board? Some people will say, okay, I know what it is, but why do I have to do this? The #1 answer to that is because it works. There is this book, The Secret, and I have not read the book. I've actually only seen the movie on Netflix, and I decided not to read it because I realized that The Secret was really no secret. You can have the life of your dreams. The first key to doing that is to believe that it is possible. And once I realized it, I said, oh, this is not really a secret. If I believe in myself and I believe my dream, and I have this visual of my dream, I can make it happen. So vision boards is the vision boarding, or going to vision board parties, they make these kinds of things happen. Also, putting up your vision board and actually creating one, it gives you a constant reminder of what's possible or what you want in your life. Sometimes we get discouraged. Sometimes we don't want to do things. We think it's too. For me, as a doctoral student, I'm ready for this to be over already before it has really begun. And we think about how difficult the road is, and then we get these images of vision that say, you can do it, you can make this happen, to have that constant reminder. And then also, in addition to having that constant work, encouraged to act. And that is really the key. I really encourage clients that I talk to students that I talk to, anyone I talk to, act. If there's something that you want to do, you must act on it. In addition to having a vision, you must have action. And talking about how vision boards work, for me personally, it really worked in 2015. I created a little bit, either 2009, 2010. It was right before I was about to graduate from college at Morgan State University. Shout out to MSU. And I had this vision board, and I remember putting about 3 things on it. I know there was a picture of Wendy Williams, in addition to a picture of Mark Lamont Hill, and there was I put a picture of Wendy Williams wearing a cap, a graduation cap. And there was like a house, and there was all of these great things in a school, because I knew that eventually I would eventually be able to go back to school and go back for my PhD. And then in 2015, these things are actually being manifested. I apologize for that little pause. I'm receiving emails, text messages about some technical difficulties, but hopefully they can be worked out. Those things, and I was really, really excited about it. In 2015, there was like the first month, I was able to go on the Wendy Williams show, and not even just go on the show, I was able to play a game with her and talk to her and let her know I was a doctoral student. And when I woke up that morning, I was actually wearing this blazer on, when I show you again, I was wearing the blazer that I'm wearing today on the show, and I wore this bright yellow dress, and I was like, oh no. And I had this hair, and I said, this is Wendy hair. She has to see me. I'm going to be on the show today. So I came in the door before I left New Jersey to go take the train to New York. I came in motivated to be on this show. And, you know, as vision would have it, not luck, but vision, because I visualized this years in advance, it happened. And then the opportunity to meet Dr. Mark Lamont Hill and introduce him at an event on campus, I was like, wow, I also envisioned this too. And the great thing about vision, sometimes your visions happen, but they happen even better than you planned them to be. You might have I just wanted to be on the show. I didn't know I would be playing the game and actually dialoguing with her. I just wanted to meet the man. I didn't know I'd be introducing him and taking pictures with him. So your vision, we can't even imagine the big, great vision that is out there for us. So I'm so happy that I'm here to say these things to you. And there was one more thing. I wanted I think last month, when I was coming back to school after winter break, I wanted to fly first class. And I said, I want to fly first class. I didn't put this on a vision board, and I thought about putting it on a vision board. And I said, I want to fly first class. I want to fly first class. And then I had the opportunity to pay for first class, and I said, today I am not paying for first class. I want to fly first class. It was like a 6 a.m. flight. I get to the gate, and the flight attendant calls my name. I don't even know why. And the flight attendant says, well, today's your lucky day. You're flying first class. And my ticket was changed. He ripped up my coach seat, and my ticket was changed. And I was in complete disbelief. But I shouldn't have been, because 2015 is the year of possibility and the year of manifestation. All of the things that you believe are possible and valid and can happen. The key to making those possibilities happen, the things that you want to happen, taking out those opportunities, doing something new, doing something crazy, doing something unrecognizable and different to making your dreams happen. And that's what happened. I had to be proactive in going on the show and saying, oh, this is what I'm going to wear because it's going to get noticed. I had to be proactive, and I had to be diligent in what I wanted to happen in my life, and it actually happened. And I was in complete disbelief, but I shouldn't have been, because 2015 is really the year of possibility, and I want you to be encouraged and inspired to act now and immediately. Let's continue, because I can go on for days about vision and possibilities. Okay, so I wanted to get into these 5 steps, the 5 steps of creating these simple and easy action-based vision boards. First, we need to start with your vision. That's number 1. Number 2 is to meditate on the intent. Meditate on your intent, your why. I'm really big about your why. Why do we do something? Choose your tools. There's so many tools. I'm only going to talk about 5 today. There's so many things that you can use to create your ultimate, beautiful, fantastic vision board. Number 4, finish and display your vision. That one is really imperative. It is the key. You must finish it. There are so many people. I was speaking to a client this week, and she was like, "Oh, you're going to be talking about vision boards." And I said, "Yeah." And she was like, "I did a vision board, but I didn't finish it." I said, "And that's why the vision is not coming to fruition, because you didn't finish it." So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to go into how important that is. Number 5, create an action plan for your vision. So we want you to be specific about these intentions and act. So there's a couple of things that you need to do. So let's talk about what needs to happen in order for you to create that vision. What do you need in order to create a vision? Vision requires 3 things. If you've seen any of my other webinars, I've talked about this before, and I'm reiterating it again. Vision requires clarity, focus, and foresight. I've talked about my mother in previous webinars. She wears glasses, and if she does not have those glasses, she cannot see. Life is no longer clear to her. But once she puts on those bifocals, she can see life like no other. She can see everything clear again. So if you want to see, you need that vision of life, you need to be clear about your vision. In addition to that clarity, you need to be focused. This is the time to concentrate on one particular aspect in your life, one thing that you want to happen. This is the time that you have to say, I'm going to feed my focus and starve my distractions. Some of that vision, in order for it to come into fruition or become real, you're going to have to get rid of some things that you used to do. I was listening to a coach this week, and she was one of her comments that people usually say to her is that they don't have time to do something. This was specifically about starting a business, and she hit some people below the belt, and she said, well, you would have more time to focus on your business and focus on your dream and your vision if you maybe stop watching Scandal or Empire. Those hours could be used for working on your vision. And I know that jumped on a lot of people's toes, because I was listening and I was like, wait a minute, I like Scandal, I'm going to watch it. So you have to make time for the things that you want to make time for, but your vision is going to require you to focus. And some of the things that you are currently making time for in your life may not need to be made time for. Some of them need to be let go. And it might be some things, and some of us might realize it might be some people. Foresight. In addition to clarity and focus, you must have foresight. You must be a visionary. You must see into the future and be able to see the life that you want. You cannot just look at your current circumstances. You got to look at what you want in the future. For example, when I first started school at Morgan State University, I was an elementary education major. The first week we started school, I think maybe this was even during orientation, I was an elementary education major, and I was debating whether or not I should be a history major. I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I knew I didn't want to do elementary, and I wanted to do secondary. So in order to do secondary, you needed to have a content area, and I knew the content area I was interested in was history. So I changed my major to history, and I knew that I would get the education content knowledge for my master's. I said, same amount of time, higher degree. So I had the foresight years prior to me even applying to a master's program. I knew that what my goals that I had for myself at that particular time, I needed to get my history degree. Once I graduated within 4 years from undergrad, I would go pursue a master's degree at a one-year master's program for my degree in education, social studies, secondary education. And I knew that as soon as I went to school. So I always had the idea in my head, I was going to grad school, I was going to graduate school. I always had that foresight, and it's been so important when you also have a vision for yourself, whether it is to go back to school or get another degree or start a business or lose weight. You have to have the foresight. You have to see what your life is going to be like in the future and prepare for your future self. We have to stop preparing for our current self. We have to prepare for our future self, because that's the one that we really want to meet. I can't wait to meet my future self, and I'm hoping that the future, we're going to put it out there, Dr. Adu, is, I'm preparing her right now. So that's what I want. And I need to prepare the current Sade Adu for the life that Dr. Adu wants to live. So you have to have that foresight. So that's the first step. You need to know what vision takes. It takes some work. In addition to choosing your vision, one of the simple and easy ways that you can view it is using the Wheel of Life and creating a thematic vision board. Thematic vision boards makes your intention specific. It allows you to focus on one goal at a time, and it centers your energy on one particular thing. If you can see my arrow, I'm not sure if you can. If you can see it, this Wheel of Life has 8 categories. There are some that have 7. There are some that usually between 7 and 8 categories. Some of them are usually sometimes they'll put family and romance together, or family and friends and romance as one category as family. This is a great tool that you can use. You can easily Google it. It's a great coaching tool that I use often to rate where your current life is in these 8 categories, or these 7 to 8 categories. And based on that, you can create a thematic vision board. Maybe it's going to be, for me, maybe I will have a vision board about my business. Or for fun and recreation, maybe you'll have a travel vision board. Health, maybe you'll have a health and fitness vision board. Romance, if you want to get married, maybe you'll make your ideal wedding vision board. So it's so important to just pick one theme and focus on that particular theme at a time and make your intention specific. Allow you to focus on one particular goal and center your energy. So all of your energy, all of your focus can go into this one particular goal. Now, I know some people may be asking me, well, what if I have a lot of different aspirations and I want to do a couple of things? I have done multifaceted vision boards, but I really feel that is so important to focus on one particular thing. Some people have also made vision boards like quadrants. One section of the vision board will be health. One section of the vision board will be finances or business and career. One will be family or personal growth. That's another way to do it, but I just really like focusing on one thing and being really intentional about one particular vision. And that's not to say that you don't have multiples, but it's really, really good to focus on one particular thing at a time. And for someone who has a lot of interest, it's very difficult for me to just focus on one thing. But I talk to people, I talk to my coaches, and they say, Sade, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. And this works. When you focus on one thing and you do something really, really well, you can spend your time doing something else. So I want you to try your best to focus on one goal at a time and accomplish that, and also make you feel confident. And it'll help you accomplish more goals when you focus on one thing at a time. Number 2, meditate on your intention. Why do you want to accomplish this? Why? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to have a new lifestyle? Why? Because maybe you want to live a long life. Maybe you have children that need you in this world, and they need you to be healthy. Maybe you have grandchildren that need you also. Or maybe you don't have any of those things yet, but you want those things, so you're preparing your temple, your body, for that experience. So think about why you want to do things. Think about why it's so important to take care of yourself. Or if you are like me, why would you want to go back to school? Think about what it means to get your PhD. What it means for not just only you, but for your family, for potential students that you're going to meet, for people who walk on the street that didn't know it was possible. Think about the people you haven't even met, the people who haven't been born yet that will be inspired and impacted by you. So always focus on that. How will it make your life better? What will happen if you lose weight or if you have a healthier lifestyle? What will happen? What will happen if you're able to travel to the location of your dreams? How will that make your life better? That'll make you happier. And it talks about how would you know if you accomplished that goal? Well, you'll know if your vision comes to fruition. But think about your intent. It's so important to focus on your intent and think about it, because you want to be intentional. You want to be purposeful. I like to do things with a purpose. I just don't want to have a vision board for the sake of having a vision board. There are so many people, you know, we do it all the time. I've been to vision board parties. I've been to events where we create these collages, but there's no intent behind it. We just get the magazines and we get the pretty and beautiful pictures, and there's no intention or action behind the creation of this beautiful board. And I thought about that and I said, we got to do more, because this is, it's so important, it's so imperative to make our dreams happen in the year of possibilities. But we got to do a little bit more. We got to do a little bit more teaching on how to properly use vision boards. So I wanted to give you some tools. And while I'm giving you some tools, I am going to stop sharing my screen so I can see you guys again. Hello, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I want to see you guys again. Excellent. So we have some tools, and I'm just going to read the tools from my paper, glue, pen, magazines. So simple. Get your paper, get your glue, get your scissors, and get the magazines. I have the paper. And you can create your beautiful vision with this. Now, I had a sample. It's across the room, so I'm not going to get up and get it. But you can use the old school method of getting some working on your vision together. This is one way, and the key is also, like I said, make sure you post this up somewhere so people can see it. So you can see it every day and meditate on your vision and be intentional about your vision. The second tool that most people don't really think about, but it's still a great tool to use, is a corkboard. Now, I did do this one. I did complete this one because I wanted to show you something. I hope it's not backwards. I don't think it is. Now, this is a health and fitness corkboard, and I think I would like you to think about using corkboards as an option if you're doing like a temporary vision board. For example, if you're going on a vacation or you're going somewhere, you're going to travel, and you want to just do a short-term vision board, a corkboard, when you use the corkboard, simple, easy done, easy go. So this one is my health and fitness corkboard, and it has some key phrases like 5K to 10K. Eventually, I do want to run a 5K. You can do it, and it has some inspirational sayings, exercise, and it has a picture of a smoothie. I love smoothies, and a healthy salad, a Thai chicken salad, and the word confidence that's sliding. So, and eat clean, health and fitness. And then there's someone exercising, and there's a lady that's walking, and it says, love it, live it, do it. So this is one option for a temporary vision board if you're interested in doing it this way. This is amazing. I thought about this. Somebody gave me this idea, and I was like, oh, that's really a good idea. So I definitely wanted to share it with everyone. So we have the paper, glue, getting your magazines, and getting to work with your scissors. And we also have the corkboard push pins and pictures. So this one you just don't glue down. You just push it in, pin it in, and it's in. And if you don't have a corkboard, some people say, you know, I'm on a budget, I don't have a corkboard. Use cardboard paper, cardboard boxes, and just push those push pins in there or glue it on. Use what you have. You don't have to necessarily go out and get materials to create a vision board. Use what you have. That's going to makes your life so much easier and makes vision boarding so much more affordable. Okay, so I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Let's see. Okay, share. Okay, it's sharing again with you. Let me do a full screen. Back to the tools. So tools that were low tech. Now we're going to get into some tech savvy vision boarding items. So one website that I absolutely love, I do a lot of my graphic design on this website. It is called Canva. Canva.com. It is amazing. And at Canva, during Canva.com, they have several different layouts, pre-made, pre-ready layouts that you can use. And this was one that was already constructed. And what I basically did was added the pictures that I needed. Now, I do on the next slide have a screen print of what Canva looks like, but I just wanted to show you the outcome of my Sri Lanka vision board. I always said that I wanted to go to Sri Lanka, and I have some little pictures. I talked about using the cork board for a travel inspired board, but you can also use Canva. You can also use some of the other tools, your travel inspired board. So I don't have any pictures of Sri Lanka just hanging out around in magazines. So most of them come from the internet. There's like a little elephant, and it says Sri Lanka, a land like no other, and it's close to India. It's like the teardrop of India. And there's beautiful temples. It's just a beautiful place that I've always wanted to go. So that is one of my visions, and I have my thematic vision board for just Sri Lanka. And hopefully one day soon I'll be able to go. So I wanted you to see what Canva looks like. So if you go to the website canva.com, I have so many things, and you see the title of mine is Travel, All the Places You'll Go. You can see to your left that these are the pre-made designs. Some of them, as you can see, are free. Some of them, which ones that don't say they're free, are $1. But you can insert pictures, your own pictures, into the free and to the paid ready-made templates, and you can design it and change it any way you would like. So Canva is amazing. It's a great tool, branding tool. It's a great tool for people who are not really good at Photoshop. Like, I'm not good at all at Photoshop. So Canva was a blessing to me because it is drag and drop. It's really simple and easy to use. Anyone can use it. I'm pretty sure one of my 5-year-old nephews can make some beautiful designs on Canva. So Canva is beautiful, and definitely look into it. Hopefully one day I'll do an entire webinar about Canva because it's really, really a phenomenal tool to use for graphic designers, for business owners who want to do simple and easy graphics. It's a great tool to use. The next one that I would like to talk to you about, I think this is the fourth, is Pinterest. Pinterest is amazing, and I do have screenshots. So, because I was not sure what the tech was going to be for this, so I wanted to make sure I had something for you. Smoothies, going back to our health and fitness inspired board, you can make digital vision boards on Pinterest. They give you these different topics, and you see my name at the top. You can sign in it's integrated with Facebook, so you don't have to create a separate account. You can integrate it with your Facebook account and sign on to Pinterest. I think it's like a Pinterest app on Facebook. And I was looking for smoothie recipes for the magic bullet. I have a bullet, and I wanted some smoothie recipes that I could easily make in the morning before I go to school or before I go to the library. And they have a plethora of items that you can look at. The 22 clean smoothies, you can get green smoothies. Anything you can possibly think of, someone has added to Pinterest. And if they have not added it to Pinterest, then you can add it. And they give you some categories at the top: healthy, breakfast, fruit, freezers, detox, juicing, peanut butter. I love peanut butter, green, coffee, drinks. So there's a number of topics and subcategories within the smoothie recipe magic bullet category that you can use on Pinterest if you're just looking for smoothies, or you have your health and fitness board and you want, I want some smoothie recipes, I want some salad recipes, or I want some healthy chicken dinners. You can get all of that from Pinterest, and it gives you ideas of things you may not have even thought of, and it's in a digital format, and you can always go to it, and you can put everything into one board. And this can be a public board where your friends and family can view it, or this can be a private board where it's just you who sees what happens on this board. And these are just some more pictures of smoothies when I just put in the words smoothie and recipes. And this orange one looks absolutely delicious. It looks like ice cream, and I like ice cream. So this is a great website if you're looking for new ideas, if you're looking for a new vision, and it's amazing. And I want to give you a heads up. Action. So please do not spend your whole time on Pinterest. Go there with a specific intention and look for the things that you specifically want, because there's so many amazing things on this website that you can easily get distracted. So I will like to give that small caveat. And one other one that you can use, or two, PowerPoint and Keynote. I'm still using PC, so I use PowerPoint. Well, PowerPoint is also on Mac, but you can use Keynote that's on Mac. And one of the things that I really would like to be is a social influencer. I want to be able to impact the lives of women via social media, online, through webinars, through Instagram and Facebook. Those are the two that I focus on the most. I want as many likes as possible, as many favorites, because I really want to begin to impact women via social media. I know that I cannot be everywhere all the time, but it's so important to be able to help and inspire and influence people and influence them to do powerful things with their lives. So I feel like this is the direction that I want to go in, and I have the 15K. I have some specific measurable goals. 15,000 likes on Facebook and 30,000 likes on Instagram. These are some, right now, unrecognizable goals because I have under 1,000 likes on both mediums. But one day, I want to have that influence. I want to have that power to inspire people to live the best lives possible. And one way I found out to do that, I figured out to do that, is through social media. And then I have at the top, in addition to influencer and social influence, top 20 women, social media power influencers. One of my goals is before a top 30 under 30 list. And the way that I believe that I can get there is through social media. Now, there's a lot of different social medias out there. Social media, multiple mediums out there. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat. There's so many. But what I wanted to do was focus on two. And eventually that may be one. Focus on one or two of the multiple social media out there and be intentional about how I post and what I share with my fans and my family, and letting them know about me, and encouraging them to also participate in the webinars and events that I'm having. I want them to know all of these things. So it's so important to be a social media influencer, especially in a time where social media is so overcrowded with sometimes not so positive stuff. So I want to use my power, my influence, for positivity. And the Cloud is actually another social media app that basically lets you know how much clout you have on social media. So I want my clout score to be high. So that's one of the personal goals that I have. And once again, I wouldn't have been able to find all of these pictures in magazines. It was so much easier to copy and paste from the internet. So this may be another option. I did this in PowerPoint, the same PowerPoint that I used to create this slides to show you. I use this in PowerPoint, and so much easier. And you can have a different theme on each slide, or multiple themes, one theme on multiple slides. So PowerPoint is really easy. Print it out. You can put this on your wall. Hello, my name is Influencer, and that's something that I can look at every day, and I can go back to these numbers to see how close I am to these goals. And as of right now, I gotta be, like I said, have that foresight and be that visionary, because I'm nowhere near these numbers right now on social media. I'm below 1,000 on both. But that will change. That's not going to last always. That is going to change. And through me telling my vision to other people, putting it out there and speaking it into existence, that is how we're going to make these numbers come to fruition. Now we're down to the nitty-gritty. Finish and display your vision. I am going to repeat this. Finish and display your vision. Once you have completed, like the corkboard one I have, you have to display it. You have to put it up. And going back to the story that I previously said, I had a client, someone who I was giving a consultation to, and I was telling her about an event that I am going to share with you at the end of this webinar. And I was telling her that I was telling her I'm having this event, and she said, "Oh my goodness, it's a vision board party. I'll put it out there right now. I'll tell you more about it shortly." And she said, "Oh my goodness, I really want to come. I made a vision board with my friends, but we never finished them." And I said, "You didn't finish them? You must finish them. Completion is the key. Completion is better than perfection. Dedicate some time and space to display your vision." I said, "You have to complete it. You owe it to yourself and your vision and your business to complete your vision board." That's why you have to make sure that you do it with intent, that it's not just an activity to do, something to do in your free time, a little cute arts and crafts. It's more than that. And I had to say, can I be a little tough? You got to finish it. And you got somebody that's going to hold you accountable to finishing it, because you have this amazing business that you have and you want to take it to the next level where you're able to leave your job, your full-time job. You have to complete it. And going back to this part about completion is better than perfection, becoming a PhD student, this has been so important and powerful to me. Because before I became a PhD student, I thought, oh my goodness, you have to make this long and daunting research paper, and it's going to be so long, and it's like your life's work, and it's going to be this huge, big thing that you must do. And it really became overwhelming to me. It made me nervous. It made me anxious until, some little birdies were telling me, this is not going to be the best thing you ever write. The key is to complete it. It's not going to be perfect. Your research is not going to be perfect. Research is not perfect. And once I realized that, I said, okay, maybe this is something that I can do. And once I had a wonderful coach who I still work with, who says, for me, in my case, as a business owner, paid is better than perfect. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. Sometimes you will have technical difficulties on your webinar, Shadea do, and sometimes they may not go the way you want it, but at least you're coming back. You are acknowledging the people who stayed, and you're doing the job that you were set out to do. And completion is so much more important than perfection. I am actually going to be doing these webinars. Anything could happen. And I'm okay with that, because when you do things live, anything to being here and completing all of these webinars, these wonderful lineups that I have for you, and that we're going to be talking about greatness. I wanted to do all these webinars and have amazing people come and talk to you and empower you and inspire you. That needed to be completed. Even if it doesn't go out perfectly, I still wanted this to happen. And I'm so glad for the people who are still here in this space. And I am so excited to be sharing this on my wall. Dedicate some space to display your vision. Going back to that, you have to put it up. My mother, she has goal cards and she has a vision board. And I said, well, you have to make a space where you can just see it. Where when you wake up in the morning, that's just your little place, your space to look at your vision and to hone into it and be intentional and affirm it. Because we want them to happen, because it is so important in the year of possibility to make these things happen. You may not get this chance again, so this is the time to act now. Time to act now. So I want you to have a place and a space for your vision where you can devote time and energy to looking at it every single day. And number 5, I always put this on almost every PowerPoint that I do. You got to act. You got to create some kind of plan. You have to have an action plan. It needs to be detailed. We need to know, if you have a health and fitness board, are you planning on losing weight? How much do you want to lose? When? Time. Keep your goals SMART. Now, in previous webinars, I've talked about SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. I highlighted the M and the T, measurable and timely. When you have a vision board, sometimes they may not be too realistic. Maybe some people will say, Sade, that 15K and that 30K of Facebook and Instagram likes and followers is a little extreme. Maybe it's not attainable. So sometimes I like to turn that R into, instead of realistic, into unrealistic, because sometimes you got to have unrecognizable, unrealistic goals. And I do encourage business owners and creatives to have unrecognizable and unrealistic goals, because we're living in an unrealistic life. So sometimes I do slightly shift the R depending on the context. But the M and the T and the S, I should have highlighted that too, stay the same. You've already been specific because we're being thematic. So that's why I didn't highlight the S, because that's already kind of a given because it's thematic. You've been specific about what you want. Measurable. How are you going to measure your success? If I put the 5K or 10K for running a 5K or a 10K, I can measure that if I actually complete a 5K or a 10K. Time frame. Now, back in 2010, 2009, when I created that vision board, I didn't know that it would take me 5 years to make that happen. I had no idea. And at the time, I didn't even think about making a smart vision board. That wasn't even on my mind. But in 2015, I don't have another 5 years to wait for some of my goals to happen. May take that long, but some of the other goals I don't have that kind of time to wait. So I need to put a timeline on it. So if I want to lose some weight, or I want to live a healthier lifestyle, I want to drink more water, eat a salad a day, I need to put a timeline on how long that's going to happen. Because it's a lifestyle, it's going to be a continuous thing. But if you want to measure a goal like, I want to lose maybe 10 more pounds or 5 pounds, I can measure that and within the next month, by spring break. That's my timeline. So I'm being very specific. And then I have the how I'm going to make this happen by having my salads and my smoothies and walking and exercising and loving and living what I do. So those are some things that I can use to get to my goal. In addition to that, rate your level of commitment. On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to making this vision board come to fruition? How committed are you? Some of us like to just create these things, but we're not committed to making them happen. We got to make these things happen. It's so important. And that's why it's so important to have a coach, because coaches will hold you accountable. You know, they make the investment to hold you accountable. So I said I'm a doctoral student. I'm not a doctoral student in math. I do have an additional bonus tip. So there are 6 tips instead of 5. And it's about accountability and manifestation. Find your get it partner. Some people will say your vision partner, your friend who is down for you and ready to listen to you about your vision and is ready to have you manifest. They're ready to help you manifest your vision today. It is so important to have people who are here to support you. And speaking of people who are here to support you, I am so happy and thankful to have my brother who is doing some tech support for me. He's been the one sending me text messages. He's believing in my dream, and he's helping me manifest my dream. I wanted to do a webinar today, and I knew I would need some tech support, and he's here to help. So find those people who are going to hold you accountable. Find those people who are going to help you manifest your dream. And if you need a tip or a way to ask someone to help you, I made a little template. Tell your friend, hello, put their name. Today I've decided to fill in the blank by time frame, fill in the blank. I'm very committed to manifesting my vision. Please hold me accountable. Thank you, sign, such and such. So my brother and I, like I said, he's one of my accountability partners. Every single month, the first of the month, we have a meeting. The first of the month, we make a goal for that month. And if we do not accomplish that goal, we owe each other money. So our goals are tied to money, and I don't like to give him any extra money, so I try to accomplish my goals by the given deadline. One goal was I needed to launch my new website, The Savvy Life Coach, by February 1st. By February 1st, the website was launched. By March 1st, I needed to sign some contracts, get some events handled, and get some business stuff handled by today's deadline. It was handled because I didn't want to pay the money. So there was a financial incentive in our challenge to each other each month, and we do this every single month. So we didn't have our meeting today because of the webinar, but more than likely we'll have it afterwards, and we're going to set some new goals for the month. So when I'm telling you that it's so important to have your your partner and tell your friend and your accountability, it's because I also have accountability. I also am practicing what I preach. So I'm not giving you something, I'm not telling you something that I've not tried myself. I'm telling you how I did it, what I'm doing, and who I'm doing it with, because I want to be as transparent as possible. I want you to know that these things are possible. So I wanted an accountability partner. I have multiples for specific reasons. But business-wise, my brother is definitely one of my accountability partners. I also have school accountability partners, people who hold me accountable and make sure that I am going to graduate. So I make sure that I have these people who can feed my focus, empower me, inspire me, and encourage me to accomplish my goals. Even when I feel slightly discouraged, I have these people in my life. And I want you to have these same people, and you probably do, or maybe this is a good time to seek out someone who can empower you and inspire you. And this is the easiest way to say it. Hello, today I've decided that I am going to live a healthier lifestyle, and I am going to be 130 pounds by April 4th, 2015. I'm very committed to manifesting my vision. Please hold me accountable. Thank you. Signed, Sade Adu. So this is really a powerful tool, and it puts your vision out there in words. In the Bible, you have write the vision and make it plain, so we can see it on the tablets. We want this to be plain and people to see it. So not only are you manifesting your vision visually, you have written it down. This visual and this written documentation of your vision is going to also hold you accountable. So I really think this additional bonus step is so important, and I really want you to think about it. So I want to review the steps one more time. Start with your vision. Start with what you want. Think about the theme. Focus on the will of life. Meditate on your intention. Why do you want this to happen? What's going to happen in your life if you get this vision? What are you going to do? Think about what vision requires, that focus, that clarity, that foresight. Choose your tools. Are you going to do it the old school way and get some magazines, some paper, and some glue? Or are you going to take it a little bit more high tech and invest in your resources of using Canva or Pinterest, or just using Keynote or PowerPoint? There's so many different options that I didn't even talk about. Some people have even used Pick Stitch. They've used picture collages from their phones to make vision boards. There's so many options out there. So use what works for you. Number 4, regardless of what tools you use, print it out. Use your corkboard. Use your construction paper. Whatever you use. Print it out, display it. Display your beautiful vision. Let the world see it. When people come over to your place, oh, that's a vision board. Tell them about it. Tell them how important it is to you, and ask them to help you get to that vision if it's possible, if they can help you. Number 5, create that action plan. Create a plan. How are you going to make this vision happen? When you start writing things down and you start being more specific and intentional about what you want and how you plan on getting it, it has the tendency of happening for you in a much more powerful and better way. Sometimes we overplan, and sometimes we don't let things happen to chance, but it is so important to at least think about what you want. Some people, I say, okay, clients come to me about businesses, and I say, well, what do you want? And they say, I don't know. And I say, well, you can't get what you want if you don't know what you want. And we're just going in a circle. So you got to give me something. So start with the vision, be intentional about it, choose your right tools, finish, create your action plan, and get a partner to help you with that vision. Okay, so now we're going to the nitty-gritty, these events. I want to help you create that beautiful vision. Join me in the Savvy Life Coach Network on April 4th, 2015 in Maplewood, New Jersey. We are having a live event. I am so excited. That's why I came home. I came home to put the down payment on the location. I am so excited. Once this webinar is over, I will be flooding your favorite social media with this flyer. This is not the flyer. The flyer will be coming out probably in 20 minutes. And this is going to be a networking a networking event. It's a vision board and networking experience. I want this to be an experience. I don't want this to just be a party or a social event. This is an experience orchestrated to encourage you, to inspire you, and empower you to live out the life of your dreams and accomplish your goals in 2015. It's not an event to just get you hyped and then you leave and you going back now. You know, it's not to bring you from 0 to 100 and then we bring you back down to 0. No, we want to keep you at least 85 throughout the rest of the year. I want you to accomplish your goals. I want these things to be manifested. I want to see people succeeding in life. I want to see people going back to school, starting these new businesses, getting healthy, doing amazing things, traveling around the world. I want to see these things happen. But we gotta be inspired in it, and we gotta be in a network. We gotta be in a room where people are working towards their vision. So I'm really excited, and I am going to be amped that day for you. And I'm going to give you 122% because I am so excited to have you in that space. The lucky people, the $25 investment. We'll be putting the flyer on social media and how you can purchase your tickets as soon as this webinar is over. It's going to be an amazing experience. There will be refreshments, more like food, and your board supplies, all of that, the glue, everything will be provided, the worksheets for the empowerment experience, all of that is going to be provided. And if you've ever been to an event with me, something that I've hosted, this is my first live event, but if you've ever known me earlier than that for birthday parties or anything like that, we like to take it to the next level. So I want you to be there. I want this to be a next level experience. I don't know how to just do something without taking it overboard. So I'm so excited to work with you and see you and help you accomplish your vision in 2015. If there's any questions, I'm going to go back. Prior to questions, let me do one thing first, and then we'll go to questions if there's any questions, because I'll check. I want to also invite you to next week. So this is the season of marching into greatness. This was the year of greatness. This word came to me, and I said, I got to run with it. This is my word. It's my year. And in the season of marching to greatness, I have some amazing people who are doing some great things, and I wanted them to come together. I wanted them to share their stories and tell the world everything they got going on. So I begged these people to get on a webinar with me. So next week, we are going to have Miss Shanika Hunter, Mr. Marvin Carr, and Miss Kimberly Williams for our topic, Fitness University 5 Tips for Balancing Your Books and the Bulge. I know I talked a lot about health and fitness today. There was a reason why I did it. There's always a method to my madness. And we are going to be talking about how in the world do you stay fit, exercise, and do what you need, and go to school, and be in the library, and write a dissertation or a master's thesis, and be healthy in school. These fabulous panelists for next week have lost, maybe over 100, maybe even 200 pounds collectively. And they are going to talk to us about their change in their lifestyle and how they can inspire us and what tips and tricks that they use to do this while studying for a PhD, getting an MSW, getting an MA. Like, how did you do this? Because as a doctoral student, someone who has personally lost 30 pounds and gaining some of it back, I am still trying to figure out how I can balance school and a healthy lifestyle. So I decided to bring these people together, and they're going to be so amazing. So please join us next week. Hopefully there will be no technical difficulties. Please join us next week for them. If there are any questions and answers, I'm going to stop sharing and go back to the screen so I can see. Let's check and see if there are any questions. I don't think I see any questions. Let's look in the chat. Okay, I don't see any questions in the chat. I know that there is a slight delay, so I'm going to wait a minute or two. I don't know, this thing is a little weird. I'm going to wait a minute or two so that I can check. If there are no questions, let me check again. There looks like there are no questions. I'm going to check. If there are no questions, I am going to make one more announcement, and then we are going to, let me go back to screen share. Let's see how this works. Okay. Go back to screen share. Share my screen one more time. So I want to just give you the rundown for the March into Greatness webinar series every Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just completed our Vision Boards Made Easy webinar. Next week will be the Fitness University, Balancing the Books and the Bulge. The third one will be Can women have it all? We're going to have young millennial women in different various phases and stages of life, all 20-somethings, and how are we managing this quarter life that we have, and can we have it all in our quarter life? The fourth one will be Dream, Believe, Achieve, turning dreamers into doers. We're going to get some young millennial doers who were dreamers who turned into doers, because I'm really keen on talking to people who are acting and being intentional about their lives, and I want to inspire us. So we're going to have some great people for that one. And last but not least, I Dream of Travel, 5 steps of making your travel dreams happen. Many people who come to me, who talk to me, most of my coaching clients come to me about travel, businesses, how to make my dreams into reality. So I wanted to focus on these particular topics for the March into Greatness series, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to meet other people who are doing some of the things that I know that they want to do. So I'm so excited to be sharing with you the next couple of weeks. Let's hope there will be no technical difficulties. This webinar will be going out because I know some people got kicked off of the line. I will be posting this entire webinar on social media, so anybody can see it, even if they to it. And I want to say thank you so much is on. I am so happy. I am so thankful that you decided to stay on. You didn't feel it was robbery to stay on this line with me today. And I want you to have an amazing night. And good night. Have a good night. And I'll see you next week with our Fitness U series. Have an amazing night. Deuces.